Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rynecki, and I am the writer of the book Chasing Portraits. I am also the director, producer, and am also in the documentary film Chasing Portraits, and I'm really delighted to have been asked by JFI and the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival to participate in this collection of vignettes from documentary filmmakers and filmmakers in general, I should say, for their synagogue sessions. So I'm here to give you a little behind the scenes information about the Chasing Portraits project and to give you some information that you might not have otherwise been able to get. So I promise a quick little video just to introduce you to some pieces of the story. So my great-grandfather was an artist in Poland in the 1920s and 30s, and this is a self-portrait of him. This painting is actually held by the Jewish Historical Institute in Warsaw, and you can actually see two of my great-grandfather's paintings in my office behind me right there. So I get to live with my great-grandfather's paintings, which is super exciting. My story is sort of threefold. So it is the story of art. It is a story of Holocaust-era looted art. It is the story of my relationship with my father, who is a Holocaust survivor, and our quest to find the lost and missing pieces of my great-grandfather's original collection of paintings that were mostly lost in the Holocaust, and our discovery that many of them actually survived the war are in private hands and in museum collections, and our efforts to uncover their history and to do some provenance research. So I want to show you a few of his paintings. So this is a carousel painting. He also painted religious scenes like this one, Talmudic study. This is actually my great-grandfather's wife, so my great-grandmother Perla. They had an art supply store on Krucha Street in Warsaw. And this is a synagogue interior. So I often get asked if my great-grandfather was famous and known in the 1920s and 30s, and my answer is that while he wasn't super famous, he was known. So for example, this is actually amazing. This is a newspaper from 1931. Can you believe it? I actually have the newspaper. And in the newspaper are all these images, and this one is a portrait of my great-grandfather. That painting is actually missing. It's one of the paintings that we're searching for, and if you happen to know where it is, let me know. This painting that I'm going to show you next is super interesting because, as many of you are aware, the Bay Area has a couple of museums that deal with Jewish-related issues, and the Magnus Museum, which is part of UC Berkeley's, is a fabulous resource. And many years ago, my great-grandfather's paintings were on exhibit there, and they have a painting that we donated to them. And this painting right here is actually a lot like the one in their collection, but it's a little bit different. And again, it's missing. The only known record of it is this photograph, which is held by a private museum collection at the University of Toronto. So pretty amazing. One last thing I want to show you, which I think is kind of super incredible and creepy. I often get asked how my dad and his parents survived the Second World War, and a little luck, a little money, and false papers. So this document here is my Grandpa George had a false name during the war, and then this is, as you can see, the Nazi stamp at the bottom marking it as, I guess, as paperwork legitimizing his fake papers. So I hope you get a chance to see Chasing Portraits and to learn more about my great-grandfather's art. And if you want to learn more beyond that, please visit chasingportraits.org and follow me on social media to learn more about the project and my continuing efforts to uncover my great-grandfather's lost art legacy. Thanks, San Francisco!